دا ریفرنس خو زه داسې ورکولی شم چې مطلب یو ساینټسټ وي هغه یو لا پیش کړي هغه میتھمیټیکل فارم یې ایکسپریمنټلي شوي هغه ریفرنس چې ورکړم خو صحیح شوله که بل داسې یو ریفرنس زه ورکړم چې یو ساینټسټ خو فیمس ساینټسټ دی خو هغه څیز یې پروف کړی نه دی نه چې کله میتھمیټیکلی پروف کړی نه ایکسپریمنټلي پروف کړی او زه ورته د هغه نوم واچوم چې دا چې کوم دی اکارډنګ ټو رچارډ فیمن ویلی اکارډنګ ټو آینسټاین ویلی نو آیا دا به چې کوم دی د سره اګري کوي دا ریفرنس به دا اکوریټ کنسیډر کېږي
ویلي تا ته وکړي ویلي دی چې درته څه دی ویلي
مطلب په یو پیپر کې چې کوم دی
هغه پیپر ستا ریفرنس دی هغه پیپر ستا ریفرنس دی که تا ته وکړي ویلي نو دا پرسنل کمیونیکیشن دی پخوا به دا کېدو ځکه چې پخوا لټریچر دومره اکسیسیبل هم نه و اویلیبل هم نه و نو پرسنل کمیونیکیشن هم خلکو لیکو چې ما پلاني پروفیسر سره دا ډسکس هغه پروفیسر و اتارټي و هغه فیلډ کې هغه ګلوبل اتارټي و هغه زما په شان یا ستاسو په شان نه و ګلوبل اتارټیز به وغه هر چا به پېژندل چې هغه دا ویلي دي یو ریفرنس ګڼلی شي خو اوس خلک دغه هم اوایډ کوي بټ wherever you cite you should mention that
let's suppose ما یو ریسرچ وایشتو او زم دا ریسرچ په انټرنیشنل لیول باندې شي پبلش شي نو اوس زه په دا خپل ریسرچ کوم په نوو طریقو سره کوم نو ایکسپریمنټلی یو تھیوریټیکلی نو دا سم کوم میتھډ باندې پکاره چې هغه
د ریسرچ میتھډالوجي چې دا د هر فیلډ خپل میتھډالوجي بت هغه وخت چې کله د هغه هاو جواب درکړي هغه هاو چې درته مو وي how will you do this if you are talking of nanotechnology or nano size materials you can't use optical microscope or ordinary conventional microscope you will have to go to the high resolution electron microscope if your research is related to phase analysis then you must go to the X-ray. If your research is associated with thermal transformation in the material, then you will have to go through a differential thermal analysis or differential thermal calorimetry. If your research is about optoelectronics or things like that, then you will have to utilize illumination and illuminators and photoluminescence type detectors and resources. So it totally depends upon your aims. That what are the aims you intend to achieve after at the end of this research. And when those aims are known, then you will decide the techniques and methodology. But what I stress upon is that you must repeat your experiments. So instead of wasting 5 years on sending poor results to different journals which are rejected again and again, struggle in your laboratory more. You will spend a month more than your intended work, but there you will not waste more time. So do things and describe accurately. Technical writing is very, very important. That are you writing what it actually is? If you are writing something else and the result is something else, then that wastes your time again and again. So the methodology depends on the desired goals.
Two more questions, please.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Question 2:
How to write an effective literature review?
This is the most difficult bit of the part of your research writing. The first thing is you digest the subject. You digest the subject area. What are the basic principles? If you are talking about atoms and you don't know properly about atoms, if you are talking about electrons and quarks and subatomic particles and you don't have complete knowledge of that, then a review on such things will not be that much fruitful. So the first thing is digest the relevant knowledge. Secondly, the literature review should be in the simplest possible language. The simplest possible language. The easiest language. In Pakistan, people like long words and just for showman. Science doesn't believe on these complications. Science believes in simplicity and straightforwardness. So use the simplest language. Thirdly, there must be a connection between each sentence or paragraph. When in the first sentence you say that the atom contains a nucleus and these many electrons, the next sentence should not be something about the product, but you should put in the junction that these atoms, when polarized, they can store energy which is usable in the telecommunication devices. So you went from atom to telecommunication devices through a certain bridge. So if this bridge is missing, you have discontinuity in your writing. So you should bridge your writing like that. So if you talk of telecommunication device, then you should say, yes, its market is this much. So you started from atom and nucleus, but you didn't jump to the telecommunication device. You put the bridge there that these atoms, when polarized, can be utilized in the developing resonators or telecommunication devices. The present telecommunication devices market is this much globally, and we have this potential, these resources for the development of this material. To engineer material for this purpose, I will need these techniques. So you relate everything. Don't write unrelated things which will lose the reader.
सर तاسو allow کوي क्वेश्चन
okay,